I have not seen a second quest yet, and I think we're going to see mixed.
Hey, we got to start screen at start.
How about that?
Oh, we have swordless.
It is swordless, so all that's in the wood sword cave is a candle. And keep in mind, no extra candles either, which of course doesn't make a difference. They're going to pick up that candle at start. But when we find a bonus cave, we're not going to see that blue candle. It's just going to be the normal 2.
I think we got 0 HP enemies just based on the moblin kill, but that's too little information. Level 3, where level 3 is going to be, and as we reach the 30-second mark here, we find a dungeon. So we've got a dungeon over here where level 3 normally is. Is this a level 3? If that is the case, we have shapes. Here's another thing. Here's another thing, though. You can see the dungeons, no blackout.
So that's a good thing. They can see everything that is in front of them in these dungeons, and we do not know for sure what level this is. There's a chance this could be level 3, but we're not going to know exactly. Ooh, secrets have been shuffled.
We do have a shuffled overworld, too, because that's a 94. That's a top secret where you would not find a secret normally. So we do have a shuffled overworld. That is a dungeon. We don't know what dungeon that is in that case.
Now, because we know that level 3 is in its normal spot, we know that at worst, this is going to be a mixed overworld. So there is going to be the 3 large secrets these players are going to be able to find.
Which is very good. And we do find a take any, and obviously, because you didn't find a candle or 2 candles where we found the sword, we already knew we weren't going to find any candles at the take any. So once again, we do know this is a swordless. Now, the good news is based on what we were seeing so far, this does appear to be a 0 HP set, which is a nice modifier based on what we have here. I do like the play that Drakhatos is making, by the way, eventually making it on over to the Armos area, so the grave area.
But there is some bad news here, Rick. I just checked the price. One of the shops that Dragondarch was in, I can confirm this is not a boomstick seed.
Really?
Yes,
and
indeed.
Why is that?
Because we saw a magical shield for around 130 rupees in price. And we also saw a magical shield that was over 150 rupees in price. Normal price is 160 with the plus or minus 20 variants. So based on seeing those 2 prices of the magic shield, we can confirm there is no boomstick in this seed.
And if this is a shape thing, that is kind of an unfortunate thing.
Oh, absolutely. Also notice that the messages in the caves are their vanilla messages. So we could be dealing with either vanilla hints, we could be dealing with deceptive hints.
0 HP pretty much confirmed at this point. This is the move I thought Drakhatos was making, was heading on over to the graveyard to see if the Armos item has been moved. And, well, the Armoses have been shuffled.
Yep, there's a staircase there. No Armos statue here. And the levels have been shuffled too, I believe.
Yeah, well, we have a mixed overworld. And if you do have a mixed overworld, or rather a shuffled overworld, the levels will definitely be shuffled as well.
Yep, so the only way we're going to know what levels these are is when they're going to pick up that Triforce. That's it.
And that's very unfortunate, because then we got to figure out what dungeon has 2 items.
Yeah, it could be levels 1 and 8, or it could be levels 4 and 8, depending on what kind of...
well,
oh, wait, it's shapes. It's got to be first.
If it's shapes, it would have to be 1 and 8.
Yep, and there's the 153 shield again that we saw earlier that now Drakhatos has gotten into. So again, if you had missed it, we do know there's no boomstick in this seed.
So we see Drakhatos heading on over towards the tree. It does appear, and this is what we're getting confirmation from the people in chat, we do have enemy drop groups shuffled.
Ouch, and that could come into play later on, especially if there's only going to be one enemy set that has a drop, and that enemy set happens to be something that's got 0 HP that you can't split into, like, say, gels.
Oh, that should be a lot of fun on a swordless seed.
Yeah, that's for sure, especially when you get into those Wizrobe dungeons. Of course, the candle's not going to do anything against Dark Nuts either.
And we find another dungeon here, this one being at the normal potion shop. So that is 3 dungeons we have found now. Look at Dragondarch's rupee count, 255 already.
So he has enough money to buy that blue ring if he can find it. Because again, now I don't know if he has figured it out yet, but if he has put all the pieces together, he should know by now that this is going to be a non-boomstick seed. So if he wants the defense, that'd be not a bad idea.
Definitely wouldn't be a bad idea. It is a secret to everybody. The middle secret is 29, so that is just one off its average of 30.
All the secrets we've seen so far are going to be a little bit below what you normally see. But again, money's not going to be too much of a factor for either of these players. It's not like we're in a poverty seed. It's below average, but it's not too terrible.
And Dragondarch just want to confirm that we're not in a mixed quest by trying to torch the one tree that opens up in second quest. And buying arrows, which is a very good decision, especially once again in a toward the seed.
Yep, I like that move right there that Dragondarch just made. Purchasing.
Oh, Drakhatos gets Lionel'd.
Oh, you can't have a Zelda Randomizer race without a good old-fashioned Lionel death, and that's too bad. That means Drakhatos will have to start over.
So back to start goes Drakhatos. Somebody, that person that's on my right-hand side.
Yes, indeed.
So we have found 3 dungeons so far and have not explored all that much of them.
Yeah, kind of hard to do when you have no keys and in Dragondarch's case, no bombs.
Yeah, we're hoping to find out where the bomb shop is going to be.
By the looks of things, it very well could be the rare shop along with the blue ring.
Oh, that is a possibility. So based on what we are seeing so far, of the extreme flanks that had come into play here for the bracket stage, the Swordless being the most extreme, everything else seems to be regular.
Yeah, so it's a challenge for both of these players. It's not the worst thing in the world. Again, it could be a blackout seed, and it could be enemies that don't have 0 HP. So it's going to be tough, but not too tough for these fellow competitors.
But at least in this case, and we do find a dungeon over at the desert shop.
Yes, indeed we do. And a bonus cave for Drakhatos. Going to pick up the heart container. He's now guaranteed the white sword item, whatever it might be, if he can find it.
Yeah, the problem is if it is the white sword, it's going to be bombs.
Yep, that's right. Both the white sword and the magical sword are going to be replaced by nothing but a set of 4 bombs. And speaking of bombs, there they are for Dragondarch.
Yep, there it is. So that does confirm
just happened to be the white sword.
Yep, it does confirm that the swords have not been shuffled into the dungeons, and the bombs being 23 rupees. A good place to know when you're marking your map.
Indeed. What that also means is, well, now he's found the other set of bombs. We know that's the magical sword and what it normally is supposed to be, but I don't think he's going to go back for it unless he's desperate.
We can confirm that this dungeon that Drakhatos is in is the Gorilla set, and ew, the take your money or life. 66 rupees.
Yeah, that old man, he is charging an upcharge on that because it's normally 50 rupees. So holy smokes, you better have enough money for that. So maybe money is going to be a factor for these players.
We also do see another dungeon. This is on the coast. And we do see Dragondarch starting to surf through this dungeon. It is a Gorilla set, so gotta be careful with only a heart at this moment and no other way to get around these ropes. Trying to get them so they're on one side of the room so you can maybe try to get the block clip. And, well, the ropes, they find a way to come on over.
By the looks of things here, Rick, it doesn't look like this is second quest dungeon enemies because those ropes were not flashing on Dragondarch's side.
Yes, you're correct. Which would confirm that we are not dealing with second quest enemies. So good, we don't see any staff also throwing the beams.
But
Nice.
what we could see, because it's shapes, we could still see second quest pass-through doors.
Well, isn't this a beautiful set of cabbage that Drakhatos is into here, trying to dance around with a Goma?
Block clipping through a Goma is tough as it is. Doing it without a sword is a million times tougher. Let's see if Drakhatos is able to pull it off.
Now, Eastmost Peninsula is the secret. We're trying to figure out whether or not we're dealing with hints that are not shuffled, because that could give us a clue on what dungeon we're in.
Maybe. But what that also can confirm is that the hints in this one are all vanilla, so no helpful hints here.
Yeah, you're not going to get any help whatsoever from any of these old men inside of the dungeons. And a Triforce and Triforce room? No!
We got a key in the Triforce room instead, so the Triforce has been shuffled as well, so things just got a little bit trollier for our players.
Oh boy, so that might mean you have to kill a room to get a Triforce to drop. Shouldn't that be a lot of fun?
Especially if it's a 6 blue Wizrobe room and you only have a few bombs to work with. Oh boy.
And here we go, round 2. Drakhatos versus the Goma. And all he's trying to do is, he got the block clip, and it is a staircase.
Ah, that's too bad. Well, the game knows. That was a nice maneuver there, though, on Drakhatos' part, but no items here.
And comes out into a Wallmaster room.
Knowing it's not a drop room because of that 5 rupee that was in the corner, he's just going to avoid that room. Good thinking.
By the way, that drop location where that key just came up on DragondarchSDA, it's giving me the feeling that we are at level 1. In fact, I am almost positive of it based on where that key also dropped.
Very interesting indeed. Level 1. So they're going to be looking for 2 items. One's a drop, and because, well, I think we might see this here, Rick, where they might be able to do it. Hey, the Triforce there in the turret room that has just been picked up by Drakhatos.
Yep, so Drakhatos now also getting confirmation that Triforces will not be in the Triforce room. By the way, it looks like boss HP is 0 as well.
That's nice. Well, where are we, Rick? What was that level? 8.
Level... Ooh, well, that means there's 2 items in that dungeon.
Indeed.
Hey, Drakhatos is going to say, no for now, I'll come back later.
Yep, so the 2 items, one's going to be behind a staircase and one is going to be a drop. And it could be ripe for the taking, may have to full clear it, or enemy might have it consumed, considering that those are shuffled.
And we've got our favorite friend in Swordless. That would have to be the Dodongo. And another dungeon here for Drakhatos on this buttery hue to it.
Uh-oh, it looks like he is ladder blocked unless he can find a workaround to the east.
These runners are going to try to find every way possible to get around these blocks. This is going to be kind of a taste of patience until we get something that is more of a stable weapon than a blue candle and bombs.
Yes, indeed. Well, there's the compass, so now Dragondarch knows the exact location of the Triforce, but if this is level 1, it's a big one.
Yeah, that'd be a decent-sized level 1 if that's the case. And where's the raft?
Raft!
And there's your confirmation, it's level 1. That's the red candle, a big find.
Yep, very nice find here, especially in a swordless seed. You can fire that candle as many times you want on the same screen. Excellent find right there for Dragondarch.
So again, there's your confirmation. We're in level 1. That's a pretty good size level 1. So what's level 2 have in store for us?
Probably Wizrobes. However...
Oh, it's the Keys room.
Ah, the Keys room indeed.
And there's the Triforce pickup there for Dragondarch. That's the first one.
Yep.
So a beautiful find on Dragondarch's end, because once again, that gives him a stable weapon. It's not going to work for all enemies, obviously, but it's going to be a whole lot better than what he had going in.
Hey, you got a Guerrilla room? Hey, no problem. Take it out with those candles. And folks, for the first time tonight, it's time to play everybody's favorite Hylian game show. Name that ink blot.
I have no words on what this could be.
I do. Cactus.
I have no idea what this could be.
Well, now they're both in the same level, it looks like.
Yeah, welcome to level. I have no idea. But once again, we're going to see the power of the candle. For Drakhatos paying off for Dragondark paying off for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm a big advocate of the red candle. And in my opinion, that room that Drakhatos was just in, very useful to have that red candle against Gibdos.
I'm not really certain why Drakhatos opted to bomb that Aquamentus. Maybe he was trying to see where he was on his consecutive encounter, thinking he was actually at that 9 mark going in. But he didn't get any bombs off it, and he already had collected the room drop.
Yes, indeed, Rick.
Oh, I like the idea here from Drakhatos here, because you got to remember, there's still a possibility second quest rooms could be on.
There's the Spectacle Rock as an entrance to that might lead him to believe that he's in level 8, but he's gotten the Triforce out of level 8.
Ooh, Drakhatos can't get to the compass because it's ladder blocked in a Chevy room.
Yep, and that's all for him. He's going to have to come back later.
But remember how we found out that this level that Dragondark is in is level 8? You remember what the enemy set in this dungeon was?
I do not remember what the enemy set was.
Koreas. Guess what every enemy dies to in this dungeon?
Candle.
Leg up here for Dragondark, especially if something big is in this dungeon.
You better believe it. Also, what that also confirms is that the enemy sets in the dungeons have been shuffled as well. There has to be at least 2 of each set, the Guerrilla set, the Darknut set, and the Wizrobe set. And level 9 has its own flag, 50-50 chance that could be shuffled as well.
And now trying to do the Goma Shuffle. And Dragondark picks it up to find the staircase. We'll be able to explore a little bit more of this level 8.
Tell you what, Dragondark made that look really easy. That did not take him long to clip through at all, so nice maneuver there by him.
Drakhatos now in level 1, so if he does just explore this all the way through, we'll at least have a stable weapon.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to help him out tremendously. Again, as you said, with level 8 being a Guerrilla set, definitely going to come in handy if he has to get through some of these rooms, especially if there's a shutter door. And there's the Triforce here for Dragondark. He's going to pass it up for the time being.
Yeah, it's an easy room. You'll come back in and clear it out later. And easy kill here. And actually, it does not look like it's 0 HP in the bosses, but still not a bad fight here.
Yeah, you're still able to take those Maldorms out pretty easily with the red candle. They don't take too many hits.
So level 8 has 2 staircases, apparently.
Yes, indeed.
It is a segmented dungeon. Not really surprised. That does happen in shapes.
Yeah, very common in shapes. Even in level 1, you might see a segmented, double segmented, triple segmented level 1. That is not something out of the ordinary in shapes.
Drakhatos grabs the map, now gets the confirmation of what level 1 looks like, and that's a broken cactus.
It looks like a microscope, and it's looking at a cactus.
Okay, I'll give that to you. And Dragondark is taking a look at a something to see where the Triforces are on the diagram. We know that's level 8.
Looks like Dragondark's going to have to study up on his Triforces a little bit better.
Well, it's good that he's got the resource right next to him, so that does help.
Oh, absolutely. There's a free heart container right there for Drakhatos. Going to put him at 7. He's still looking for the 2 items, though. We know they're in the same room.
Yep, the raft and the red candle. We don't know if the raft is required, but we know the red candle is a beautiful find at this stage of this tournament.
Well, absolutely indeed.
So, Dragon Dark back in level 8 here, knowing now I've got 2 items I have to search. Let's go ahead and do it. As we wait to see what Dragon Dark dumps to do here, goes through the door to the north. Good decision. We haven't seen what's up this way just yet.
Hello, Manhandler. He's going to take his key and find that he's ladder blocked in this Goma room. Boy, bosses galore here in level 8.
Well, that's what level 8 is. It is boss galore. You can't sneeze without finding a boss.
Absolutely. Well, time to play find the bomb hole here. He's got 8 bombs to work with, and he's not going to take a chance here.
I think he wants to have better odds, so he's going to go somewhere else where he knows there are rooms and try to figure it out that way before he does anything like waste away bombs, because this is still one of those cases where bomb management is key, especially now that we know that this is not a boomstick seed.
Resource management is always important in Zelda Randomizer, but it's extra important in a swordless seed, or even a blackout seed for that matter.
Drakhatos doing the up and A, kind of trying to figure out where things are in this dungeon, has yet to figure out the puzzle. The puzzle is on the right-hand side.
Yep, that's right. And Dragon Dark's going to take this staircase, and he's going to have to clear this room first, and he does find a key on the northeast. Simple room, though, with these keys.
Drakhatos now has eliminated to 1 room. One possible room
so it's gonna
on
be
his map.
Practically a full clear of level 1 for Drakhatos. So that's going to cost him some time against Dragon Dark, but still pretty tight right now. And there's nothing that Dragon Dark's going to do here. He's going to go back the way he came.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to see key management coming into play. Well, here's a staircase. This staircase is going to yield the magic key.
Very nice find there for Dragon Dark. That means he now has unlimited keys to work with. That'll not be a factor for him when he gets to level 9.
And he's just going to grab that 1 item and up and A and be done with it. Drakhatos now grabbing the raft and the red candle. We'll be happy to see that red candle 22 and a half minutes in.
I certainly don't blame a Dragon Dark for backing out of level 8. It is a big dungeon, especially in shapes, and finding a magic key is a nice enough prize as it is. Hopefully the second item is not going to be worth his while. We'll see if that does come back into play, though.
He might be playing into the idea that it might be ladder block based on the 1 block we saw with the Chevy room. And Drakhatos grabbing Triforce out of 1.
Yep, so both players now have 2 Triforce pieces, but more importantly, Dragon Dark right now has the any key. Well, not only that, he's back up to 255 rupees again.
Could we be seeing some shopping going on from Drakhatos a little bit later on? Well, we do find this is probably based on where that heart container was seen, level 5.
Maybe. There's a chance. We'll see.
One thing it does appear to me is that bosses are probably not shuffled from dungeon to dungeon.
Interesting.
So that Dig Dugger would normally be in level 5.
Yeah, that's right.
These Dodongos would be in level 5.
Yeah, that's right. They would be in level 5 indeed. I remember from playing Vanilla Quest that you have a set of 3 Dodongos that you just easily avoid and just continue on your merry way.
So it does look like we are now in level 5 here on Dragon Dark's end. We have yet to see what the Armos item is, by the way.
Boy, Drakhatos for a moment almost made a fatal misstep there on that hint cave. You should know by now that those hints are knocking out a power bracelet, normal item. That is your Armo statue item for this seed.
So nothing out of the ordinary, but we have yet to see where any of the any roads are. It's a possibility that they could still be in their normal spots. We do see another staircase here in level 5. Could this be where the item is? And that item is...
It is the silver arrow shuffled out of level 9. Whoa!
What does that mean, Laws?
It means there's no guarantee that the red ring is going to be in level 9 because that is a separate flag. The red ring and the silver arrows in level 9, yes or no? And tonight the answer is no. They've been shuffled out.
So, with that information in mind, Dragondark is going to head up north to claim the Triforce, which is ladder blocked.
Of course it's ladder blocked.
Although he could, wait a second, he could manipulate this. He's going to, because those are Staphoses.
Ah.
Or no. Are those Staphoses? Oh, they may be. Oh, well, he gives up.
Yep. So he knows where the Triforce is in level 5. He's picked up the item in level 5. But he is ladder blocked out of the Triforce. He'll come back to it later.
So those were Staphoses. He tried to manipulate it once, and then he gave up on it. What he was trying to do is manipulate it so the one that had the Triforce in its body would spawn on the outside of the river so he could grab it. It didn't work out into his favor, and then he gave up after one other try, so he now has the idea that he is ladder blocked in level 5.
That is looking like that item. This could be that one thing here, Rick, that determines who wins this race. If ladder is found much, much quicker by one versus the other, that could be the key to this race.
And name that ink blot in the dungeon that Drakhatos is in over on the top right corner. And by the way, you see that enemy set that Dragondark's in?
Korea again?
No, that's Wizrobes.
Oh. I was looking at Drakhatos' screen.
Yeah, those are beautiful Wizrobes. Now, the good thing is we are in a 0 HP seed, so those are going to go down a whole lot easier.
Bad news is, ooh, he just got a nasty Wizrobe hug. Yes, indeed. Also, you got to be careful. You want to make sure you're landing your bomb shots properly because those Wizrobes like to move out and about, those blue walls.
Walk through walls!
Walk-through walls are on. Can you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? So if this is one of those cases where one of the rooms is guarded by a walk-through wall and one of these players don't know about it, particularly Dragondark, interesting.
And another walk-through wall.
And if you recall, Drakhatos won a race earlier in this knockout round with that kind of knowledge. So we'll see if that comes into play for Dragondark.
So we know that this dungeon that Drakhatos is in cannot be 1, 3, or 7.
Yes, that is true.
Oh, this is level 4.
Based on the location. Yes, indeed. So once we find out what the item is, we can mark that down as the item in level 4. Yep. So you were right. Yep. The drops are in their normal drop rooms, but the drops themselves, they have been shuffled.
Yeah, we find a heart container here in the middle of the floor, a staircase, which goes to another side that we don't know where it is going to go.
Yep, and that's now 9 hearts for Drakhatos. And there's the Triforce.
Yeah, that's a nice spot for the Triforce to go, but he wants the item. This will be the item.
He's going to have to do that clip again. Much easier, though, dealing with just gels this time around. No problems here. And a double fairy, which he did need. The item is ladder.
That is huge.
Indeed it is, Rick, because we've already discovered that a few of these dungeons are ladder blocked. So that is really going to help Drakhatos negotiate these dungeons much easier.
So you remember the issues that these runners had in level 7? Or rather, level 8?
I definitely remember that. Yep, I certainly do.
That is a possibility that they could have been Not dealing with a walk-through wall that got him to the other side. We see a ladder block over here. This dungeon that Dragondark is in, I've got a feeling that might be level 6.
Could be, and that normally is a Wizrobe set. However, we already know that the enemy sets have been shuffled, but it doesn't look like they've been shuffled very well, Rick.
I'm surprised that that Dragondark didn't opt to go onto the island, since he has the raft out of level 1.
And neither player's actually made a play at the raft spots yet. That kind of baffles me. I wonder why they would not make a play for that. You never know if a level's going to be raft required.
We haven't found all the dungeons yet either.
No, we have not. We're still missing, what, 2 of them?
2, 3, I believe we are missing 2 and 3. But we haven't found 9 either.
No, we haven't. Yeah, we're. I'm looking at this map right here, and it looks like that 7 levels have been discovered. 3 of them in one column.
Well, maybe one of these dungeons that these guys hasn't gone through turned out to be one of the 2 that we're missing. That is 2 and 3. We haven't found 9 though. We definitely haven't found 9.
Oh no, not at all. Yeah, there's 2. There's 2 dungeons that we do not know what they are, and that we have got them both marked with a question mark. So those very well could be 2 and 3.
Oh, Dragondark gets Lionel'd.
Same spot that Drakhatos got Lionel'd in as well. So these Lionels mean business on that particular screen right there. Try again, guys.
And back into the faucet dungeon. With a ladder in hand, because now Drakhatos has the device to get him into a few more rooms in this dungeon. Plus, if he wants, he can go into that room that has the compass in it. Oh, there's a staircase.
Well, this is a Dark Nut dungeon right here, and the staircase has the bow! Wow, the chain reaction seed is real there. You need to get the ladder in order to get the bow. My goodness gracious. We'll see if Ganon's required, though, even.
That's still a nice thing, and we finally see the raft across to the other side on Dragondark, and it becomes a buy something, will ya?
That's better than a door repair penalty. A shop's a nice thing, but that's obviously not what Dragondark's looking for.
Dragondark looking for a few good levels.
Certainly indeed. Drakhatos took exception to that Zora right there and just threw a candle at him.
That's Zola. Telling him that there's a secret in the tip of the nose. Well, there's a secret in the tip of your nose. Burn, baby, burn.
Yes, indeed, Rick. Yes, indeed.
So the bow is a nice pickup. I don't know. I don't think Drakhatos had picked up the arrows, and he didn't pull up the menu long enough for me to look at it.
You know, based on the size of this dungeon, this is either going to be 6 or 7, Rick. I would have to take a guess at.
Well, if this is 7, that means 8 is the total opposite of what rooms we have here, which could help these guys figure out where to go in level 8 later on. So we can confirm that...
He does it again! Wait, Drakhatos hates that Zola. My goodness.
The Zolas are being absolutely no help to him whatsoever, so we're going to just make him burn.
That Zola's got to be thinking, what did I ever do to you, Drakhatos? I didn't do anything!
I hope he's not singing like that. Now, Drakhatos is going to have to be careful, but wisely will spend the bombs, gets in information about where he's got to go. Triforce pickup on Dragondark's 3 rooms into the dungeon. So what was keeping Drakhatos from getting to the Triforce? He did pick up arrows, by the way.
Yeah, both players have arrows. It's just that was
beautiful
level
Dark Nut room.
3. Level 3 there.
You know, not a big dungeon, so you want to go back in and try to see if you can't surf out the item. And this would be a Dark Nut set, too.
Yep, absolutely. So, and this is a nasty room. A good thing it's 0 HP enemies.
You know what would really be nice for these guys to find right now? The wand.
What would it be nice to find? Yep, the wand indeed. They would definitely help against. And we have that this is level 7. Level 7.
So that is totally the opposite of level 8. That could give Drakhatos a little bit of help should he choose to go back into level 8 to try to surf out the item. We know he's got a couple more dungeons to find at this point. We do find a possible staircase room with this double block room. And
Take any roads don't appear to be shuffled.
Yeah, they seem to be in the normal spots. We see the push block move. This is a segmented level 3.
Again, not much of a surprise there in Shapes. Normally level 3 would not be segmented, but here in Shapes, anything goes. So we'll see if he can find that item in level 3. He's going to have to search a little bit deeper, though, if he wants it.
Yeah, a little bit of a distance down to try to figure it out. And we do find where the heart container is, a torch to the Gibdo, and that goes down really fast.
Yep, both players now at 9 hearts. And now he's going to check. Ooh, normally 1 blue Lionel guards that white sword cave. We got 5 here this time.
Yeah, but the red candle is going to make this a little easier.
And with that Zola there.
Keyword, a little easier.
Yep. All right, we got a reverse C here, which is normally not a pushable staircase, but in this case it is here for this particular level 3.
And the item in level 3 is going to be, well, we did find the blue ring shop, by the way. It's still 2 little rupees for Drakhatos to pick up. The item in 3 is?
The book, and no way Jose for Dragondarch. He's out of there.
He'd like the item that goes with the book.
He wants that wand here. All right, I'm going to tell you what, Rick. We're now 36, almost 37 minutes into the seed. I'm going to give a recap. Yes?
I was going to ask you if you could give us a kind recap now that we found the item in level 3. So, why don't you go ahead and do that?
Absolutely. Here's the items we have discovered so far in this seed. Level 1's items were the raft and the red candle. We have not found the item in level 2 yet. Level 3's items, we just saw it, was the book. Level 4 had the ladder. Level 5, the silver arrows. That means the red ring is not guaranteed to be in level 9. We don't know the item that's in level 6. The item in level 7 is the bow. One of the 2 items in level 8 is the magic key. The Armor statue item is the power bracelet. The white sword item is bombs, acting as the white sword. And believe it or not, we have not discovered the ladder item on the coast.
It was the heart container.
Oh, we did see it. Okay, I'll mark that down.
Nice decision here by Drakhatos picking up the beat just in case. But we didn't see any bait blocks in that level 7. That could be shuffled.
Yeah, potentially.
Small secret, not that it really matters at this point, is only 8 we find level 9 in Monocle Rock.
Well, that means the raft is not required because I believe that now takes care. No, we still have 1 level left we have not discovered. 1 level.
That would be the level 2. We would have to assume at this point.
Absolutely, because we believe that the level that was above level 5 that was blocked was level 6, that Wizrobe set, which leads me to believe that level 2, when we find it, is probably going to be Wizrobes too, but no guarantees.
So at this point, we do know that Dragondarch has found, according to his trackers, 7 of the 9 dungeons. And you know what the interesting thing with level 2 is?
Level 2, well, it has just 1 item, and it's normally supposed to be not a segmented dungeon, but in this case, it very well could be, and we still have to walk through walls.
That's where I was going with that. There's a good possibility we could see walk through walls coming up in level 2. Bear that in mind.
The big question is, will it come into play? That's going to be the big thing here, Rick.
Because Dragondarch has not discovered a walk-through wall yet.
No, he's not tried it.
So there's a possibility that we could be seeing something very, very required behind a walk-through wall. In fact, we already have turned out the ladders in behind walk-through walls. Drakhatos now back in this Wizrobe-infested dungeon.
But was it required to get to the ladder?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So if you don't have that map to that level, and you don't do good, and you're not familiar with the second quest mechanics of walk through walls, Dragondar could be dead in the water right here.
But it all depends on where exactly that walkthrough wall, or rather the map, turned out to be in level 4.
Right. Another take any K for Dragondark, and is now up to 10 hearts.
And we've already seen the item that's in this dungeon that Drakhatos is in currently. This will be the complement to his bow.
And the wand.
No, the bow.
Compliment to his wand?
No, the complement to his bow.
Yes. The silver arrows.
What am I going to do with you, Laws?
I don't know. See, that's what happens when the levels aren't marked. Now I get confused.
Well, if Drakhatos makes the right turn, he will find the silver arrows, I believe, to the room to the right. And getting trapped up by a like. That, I don't think he likes.
No, not at all. There's the Triforce capture for Drakhatos. That's number 5 for him.
Yeah, but here is the thing. He's not getting the item. That is level 6, by the way.
Yep, that is level 6. So, yep, that is not where the silver arrows are. We don't know the item that's in level 6.
This should be a lot of fun. At this point, it's time to mop up some of the dungeons that we have been in before. By the way, the word is... Well, I will go ahead and say that in just a moment. This lovely little Wizrobe dungeon has a heart container on the right-hand side, and gotta love Wizrobe dungeons, don't you?
I hate Wizrobe dungeons, but you gotta deal with them sometime in this seed.
So this dungeon, I believe, is 2, which must be on a raft island, from what we're being told, and the Triforce pickup. Drakhatos is moving along pretty well right now, but I think he left the silver arrows behind.
Hey, just picked up the Triforce
Red
here in level
ring
5.
in
Red
2.
ring in level 2. That's huge. Nice. So that is going to quadruple his defense. The damage is down to 1/4, and he has 233 rupees to his credit. So he could very well go on a shopping spree for potions or bait or whatnot. So he's in really good shape in the money department.
Oh no! That's every quarter block.
Wow. So by the way, level 2 is in the second raft spot, normally where one of the take any's is in first quest. So we'll have to remark that map, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a recorder block.
So you guys thought that recorder was not required in chat? Well, guess what? You just got schooled by the game because the game knows.
What does the game know?
I don't know. It just does. And in any event, you got to get that recorder because the Dig Dogger is blocking that special something, and that something is the Triforce in level 2.
So what items have we found what dungeons have we found items in so far?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, half of 8. We've not found the item in level 6. There's 4 items left in large.
Okay. So you said the items that we still have are the recorder, the wand, and both boomerangs, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. And we know the recorder can't be in level 9.
Boomerangs are in 9. Boomerangs are in 9.
You think both boomerangs are in level 9? That's right. Because of the magic wand rule.
Yep, this is a Sword of the Seed. Wand has to be in 6 or 8.
Wow, I have not seen this. This is a first for me that it's a double boomerang in level 9. I've seen the wand and book combination in level 9. I've never seen the double boomerang in level 9. This is so exciting.
So The idea right now, where's this recorder? It's either in 6 or 8. The other dungeon has the wand.
The wand's going to be a very useful item when we get to that final dungeon level 9. Of course, if it's a Wizrobe dungeon, not so much. But still, you'll want to pick it up if you can.
Do I really?
Well, if you're in a tight race, maybe not.
What if I don't want to?
Then don't do it. You're not obligated to pick up the wand in this game. And there's a Triforce pickup for Drakhatos. That is number 7 for him. That was the one in level 3.
The only dungeon he has not found is level 2 on the raft. He does not have the recorder. That's going to come into play too.
It will certainly indeed. He has not discovered that number 2 is recorder blocked from the Triforce.
Nor does he know that level 2 is raft blocked, which he does have the raft. He might be playing, and people in chat are coming up with that conclusion, that he might be playing under the assumption that the red ring and silver arrows are in 9.
Boy, is Drakhatos going to be in for a big surprise when he finds level 2.
And he finds the red ring there, and that will be like, uh-oh.
Hey, bait for 40. He's not going to buy the bait. Interesting strategy there.
I don't think Dragon Dark has seen. We have not seen any bait blocks, have we?
We have not. There very well could be one in level 9. That is a thing. We haven't seen it too many times pop up in this tournament. But a bait block in level 9 is always a possibility.
Dragon Dark figures out that the walk through walls are odd, as he's now in level 4 where the ladder is.
Yep, good thing. So he's going to be in business. However, he is far behind Drakhatos right now. And I'm telling you, that ladder is going to end up being the difference right now, unless the recorder is the... No.
I think the recorder is going to be the equalizer at this point.
I was just about to say, Rick, you beat me to the punch there. Unless the recorder flips it again, flips the switch.
I think it is going to be... Because what we are going to find out is this is a kind of a linear path to get to anywhere at level 4. He's going to find the ladder pretty easy. The recorder,
no problems at all.
Different story.
Yeah, we don't know if it's in level 6, or we don't know that it's the second item in level 8. That's a 50-50 chance now.
So which boomerang do you think Drakhatos will find in level 9 first?
Can I say none of the above?
No.
He's going to find no boomerangs. That's going to be my guess. He's going to find no boomerangs.
Fine. Play that way.
What do you think he's going to find first, if any?
The one that goes across the entire screen.
So you think the magic boomerang, the inferior model, the scrap metal, whatever you want to call it?
Yes.
All right.
Well, Drakhatos is now searching up Death Mountain, so this is going to be a bit of a time loss for him.
Yeah, this will give Dragon Dark a chance to catch up, and he has picked up the ladder here in level 4. Huge find for him.
And again, Dragon Dark knows about the recorder block. That is big. So he knows he's going to have to search more dungeons to find where this recorder is.
That is correct, Rick. You know what? I'm going to go ahead. I'll bite. Lord Banana is what he's going to find first. There is a Triforce pickup for Dragon Dark in level 4, and that's his 4th Triforce piece.
Yes, it is. He's still going to get the Triforce out of 2, 5, 6, and 7.
Indeed, and the more time that Drakhatos spends in Death Mountain, better chance Dragon Dark has of gaining some ground. Now, he did take some time. Again, he was studying his map, the layout, to see what levels he has popped off, and now he's back to start with 244 rupees.
He may only have 4 Triforces, but this is still a tight match. And it comes down to 2 mechanics here. First is the recorder. Where is this recorder? Well, once again, we've eliminated it down to 6 and 8. These guys might not have done that just yet.
And that's all for Death Mountain for Drakhatos. He just bombed the last spot. There's nothing there, so he's going back to start.
Yeah, he's only got 2 spots left to check on his map. Where level 4 is normally in the first quest, or in level 5 in second quest. And the other Raft Island. So he's down to those 2 spots.
Yeah, that's right. So he's going to find just a shop here where normal level 4 is. He knows there's nothing good there. Going to up and A, going to try the other one, and he'll be glad he did, but he's not going to be glad about the fact that, again, he is going to be Dig Dogger block out of the Triforce as Dragondark picks up a Triforce piece to get him to number 5.
What Drakhatos needs at this point is to find the red ring in level 2, because that will tell him that the Silver Arrows Red Ring are not confined to level 9.
Also, notice something on Dragondark's screen. He did pick up a potion earlier. He must have grabbed one in a bonus cave, so he's got that in case he needs it later on.
That is correct. And so the search for the elusive recorder continues as Drakhatos now goes into level 2.
And Dragondark is going to try level 6 to see if the recorder is in this level. That's his first pick. He has cleared a good portion of level 6, but again, he did not find the item. We'll see. The way this is turning out, Rick, it wouldn't surprise me if it was Wizrobe guarded.
And don't forget, because of the walk-through walls aspect that is turned on here, it could be hidden behind a walk-through wall.
Potentially. Map's an important item to find when that's in play.
So the Silver Arrows were in level 5. I do apologize. Apparently 5 and 6 look too familiar to me.
Yeah, level 6 is this really purplish, darkest dungeon that he's in right now with the Wizrobes.
Hey, did Dango just like smoke?
No kidding, Sherlock Holmes.
My goodness. Not helpful hint.
Nope, not helpful hints at all. Again, we knew that from seeing the vanilla shop messages, and there's the ladder block he can get across through. No problem at all dodging those blue Wizrobes.
So, coming up, Drakhatos will find the compass. I believe the compass was in this room here with the virus. Yes, it was.
You'd be right.
And 3, 2, 1... Oh!
Boom goes the dynamite. Yep, there it is.
And there's...
Once again, he plays that card. Now, I don't think he found the red ring.
He did not.
Wow, interesting. So you're able to find the Triforce without getting to the red ring. So guess what? He still could have the mindset of the bow and silver arrows in 9.
Yeah, the red ring and silver arrows. Yeah. The thing is, the way you get off the staircase, you go to the right to get to the Triforce. You go south to get to the item. And Drakhatos going into level 8 first. Once again, this is going to come down to this component here. Which one of these dungeons, 6 or 8, has the item we are looking for? And we find the Triforce, and Dragondark picks up the Triforce out of 6. If he leaves, he's going to be
level 6.
He has to. He has to. He has to. He's missing too much.
Thinking about it. He's thinking about it. He's marking his map to see where he is. He's going back in.
Good, because he's wasting way too much at this point.
Yep. Again, this is a very close game here. It's going to come down to where is that recorder? If recorder's here in level 6, this is going to tilt the favor back to Dragondark here in this race.
That is correct. Once again, Drakhatos leaving behind the silver arrows. That could come into play. But also, remember, both dungeons that these guys are in have that second quest option here of having walk through walls. Both 6 and 8 do.
Yep, it's 1, 3, and 7 that do not have the walk through walls. So, telling you, for all we know, the second item in level 8 could be deep. Same for level 6.
I bet you'd like to have more bombs.
Gets 5 more bombs for that purchase of 91. So that was a good purchase right there for Drakhatos. You need all the bombs you can in a swordless seed. And the other bomb upgrades. So 6 and 8 have the 2 bomb upgrades, and he's delighted to discover it's an extra 5 bombs for Dragondarch.
This is a beautiful find here for Drakhatos. Name that ink blot.
Holy Toledo, that's a big level 8 there, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about 35 rooms. It's a big one.
How do you count that fast?
I go by rows. So there was 5 in the first row, 8, that's 13, 6, 19, 23, 27, 30, 35.
Bingo.
All right, let's check your card. All right, now we're moving on.
All right, could this be the item? This could also be a staircase.
It's the recorder.
It's the item. Recorder in 8, wand in 6, boomerangs in 9.
And there you go. So that is going to put Drakhatos rather, in a very favorable spot right now.
He puts it back on the screen.
Little does he know that his opponent has guessed incorrectly.
So now with that, would you like to give us at 56 minutes in the full recap of all the items?
Absolutely, Rick. Here are the items that we now know are going to make up this seed. Level 1's items are the raft and the red candle. Level 2's item is the red ring. Level 3 had the book. Level 4, the ladder. Level 5, the silver arrows. Level 6, the wand. Level 7, the bow. 2 items in level 8 are the magic key and the recorder. The 2 boomerangs are the items in level 9. And the overworld items are unshuffled, but the white sword bombs take its place because this is a swordless dungeon, swordless seed.
And also, by the way, don't forget that the rule with the tournament is when you go into level 9, what are you going to find?
You're going to find that wood sword. Now, there's almost a 100% chance, not a 100% chance, but in this case, it's definitely going to be there because we've got shapes. That wood sword is going to be where the old man guards level 9 if you don't have all 8 Triforce pieces.
Yeah, because this is a shape seed here, we know it's going to be right thing at the Guardian. And once again, not even going south to find the red ring. So Drakhatos is just going to go up against this Dig Dogger, cut him to size, grab the final Triforce, and it will be off to level 9.
Again, keep in mind, he did not find the red ring in this dungeon, so he's going to be going in there by taking 4 hearts of damage for, in this case, because he's one of Ganon's minions, a Zelda hug would cost him 4 hearts.
So now, time to head into level 9. Not that far away from the raft spot.
Yeah.
So the question is, will Ganon be required?
And if Ganon is required, this will give Dragondarch the golden opportunity to come back and maybe snatch it away from Drakhatos. And again, if you remember what we saw last year, Dragondarch has proven to be a Cinderella story ender. We'll see if that's the case this time or if Ganon's not required, and what I just said is a moot point.
So level 9, here we go. 3 ways
There's
to go.
The wood sword.
Wood sword picked up. Under the rules of the tournament, you can use that sword anytime you want now. Wizrobes in 9. Bad news, but good news considering the fact you got a sword now.
Yep, absolutely. So it's going to make things a little bit easier. You don't have to worry about, bombing them all over the place, but you still might want to consider it because of how many... No, it's 0 HP. That's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Triforce pickup here for Dragondarch.
So that's number 7 for him. He just needs the one in level 2. But again, he is recorder blocked, and the longer it takes for him to find that recorder, the less of a chance Dragondarch's going to have of making this comeback. So if Ganon, or in his case Zelda, is required, a shutter door room, a single shutter door room, is going to not open after full clearing a room. And if that happens,
and Drakhatos
required.
Drakhatos is playing this as if the silver arrows are going to be popping in one of these staircases. Won't he be surprised to find a boomerang when he goes into one of these staircases?
Yes, indeed. He's found the wooden boomerang. I called it.
Oh. Yep, you are
he's
correct.
in trouble.
Wooden boomerang. So now Drakhatos knows that the red ring silver arrows are not guaranteed to be in this dungeon, and nor will he get any hints about it either.
Yep, that's correct. So when he finds that the magical boomerang is the second item in level 9, the panic button is going to be turning on for him. Now he's got to make a guess, and he finds that Patra has the map. Well, that's not going to help him out. It's a walkthrough wall.
Yep, remember walkthrough walls can be in this dungeon. Also, don't forget, well, you could walk through to Zelda's room.
Yeah, we have seen that before, so there's always that chance that in order to get to Zelda's room, you got to walk right through. Meanwhile, Dragondarch is in level 8.
Yep, Drakhatos would love to find a map, a compass, more so a compass at this point.
Hey, Dragondarch finds the second bomb upgrade, so now he's got 18 bombs as his maximum capacity, and he finds just another staircase.
And by the way, Dragondarch is only a couple of rooms away from where the staircase was that has the recorder in it.
He's going to be hot on his heels. That's for sure. This is going to be quite the comeback if in fact it does happen. But again, we got to see if Zelda is even required for Drakhatos. He's not found the path yet. He's going as fast as he possibly can.
This race could come down to Ganon being required or not at this point.
Correct.
If Ganon is not required, Drakhatos has a leg up. If Ganon is required, momentum goes to Dragondarch immediately.
Oh, absolutely, no question about it. Doesn't look like the any key is going to be a factor, and there's the recorder that Dragondarch needed out of level 8.
And Drakhatos killing off the room to find that it has a bomb drop, so let's go ahead and just walk through the wall and whiz ropes.
Get greeted by a zap beam to the face.
I think it was to the torso there.
Well, close enough.
One thing did strike me as funny, and the chat is remarking it too. That Patra had a shutter door to his north.
Didn't clear it. Interesting
And
indeed. What if that's the room?
What if that's the indicator that Ganon is required? In Drakhatos' case, Zelda.
Right. Very interesting indeed. And now we've got Dragondarch going back into level 2 to finish off that Dig Dogger and pick up his final Triforce piece.
Yeah, and right at this point, Drakhatos is down to about 90 minutes of him, or rather 90 seconds until he's being joined by Dragondarch. Oh, well, this is interesting news here. We know Ganon is not in his room. Zelda won't be guaranteed to be in her room either.
That means there could be multiple ways to get into Ganon's room in Drakhatos' case, which could be a big thing here. Now here's a single shutter door room. With Wizrobes, that door opens.
Yeah, we saw this one earlier.
Okay, it just respawned. Gotcha. All right. One more piece of the Dig Dogger, and that's it. The 8th and final Triforce piece has been picked up by Dragondarch. He's now going to make his play into level 9. I'd say about 5 minutes behind. That this lead, this is anybody's game, folks. Hold on.
And it comes down to two major components at this point. Will Ganon be required?
Yep, absolutely.
Another corridor staircase coming up.
And that is not the item either.
It is a staircase. Drakhatos is just going to start taking them. Get around this dungeon.
You got to start taking them.
Well, this is an interesting spot to end up here. You're in the middle of nowhere.
You know? He's going to bomb? No.
First, because you don't want to waste away a bomb when you have very few of them to find out that it's a walk-through wall. This is a troll staircase.
Wow, in the middle of nowhere, like surrounded by other walls, other rooms. It's a dead end. Feeling lonely, Drakhatos?
6-minute difference heading into 9. But that means absolutely nothing at this point, because this race is going to come down to who finds Zelda first and whether or not Ganon is required.
If Ganon is required, I think Dragondark is going to win this race, provided he can find it fast.
Yep. And Dragondark finds one of the boomerangs. That is a no.
Absolutely. We're 64 minutes into this race. Boomerang, even in a 0 HP seed, it's fully depreciated now.
Especially in a Wizrobe dungeon.
Oh, absolutely. It's of no use.
And we hear the roar of the pig in this room for Drakhatos.
Ooh, so Zelda is nearby, and he's got no silver arrows to work with. Wouldn't it be something if Ganon was right next to Zelda?
That would be sickening.
We have seen that happen a few times already in this tournament. Wouldn't surprise me.
Not in that room. The pig remains, and either to the left or to the south.
Yep, well, there's the map. That's a nice find.
Name that ink blot. When I look at a map like this, that area there's left, center, under the L and the E and the V, are shooting out at me. Well, there is Zelda's room.
Rupees. I guess Zelda decided to put her life savings in that room, and now they're all gone.
That scoundrel.
Yeah, what a scoundrel that Drakhatos is. But what are you going to do?
But that little area there under the LEV is just shooting at me at this point. Oh, we now know where Ganon is. One room to the left.
Woo!
I believe.
Well?
No, it's not. Okay, it's one room to the north. I'm sorry. Consider me wrong. I thought he was in the room to the north of that.
And he just found the inferior model, and he now knows that the silver arrows are not here.
Darn.
So if Ganon, or in his case Zelda, is required, he's going to have to go back. And if that's the case, Dragondark has a good chance of stealing this race away.
Absolutely. So we now know exactly where Ganon is. Taking a look at Dragondark, he continues to circle through some of these rooms as well. Walks through the wall. The walk-through wall leads to a bunch of fires with nothing else.
No drop here.
These are rooms that we have not seen on Drakhatos' end. And still nothing. A compass would be a tremendous find for either of these players.
Holy Toledo. So Drakhatos has part of the puzzle solved. Dragondark is taking a different path, and that could solve his part of the puzzle. Well, here's a single shutter door room that opens.
Yes. Eyes of Skull have a secret, but not in this case.
Nope, there's no eyes and shapes. There's none of those grids where there's going to be rooms that are not part of the grid. They have to be part of the grid and shapes.
The huge thing right now that comes into play, Drakhatos is playing with the idea that if he leaves, he loses this race. His only chance now is if Ganon is not required.
That
walk through wall.
Is something. Oh shoot! And look at this!
Oh my God!
The shoot room! I don't believe it. This is only the second time I've ever seen. Wow.
Not required. But how do you get to it? Is there a room to the south? If there is, we've got a winner.
Bomb in! He's got it! Dragondark wins and comes back!
Ladies and gentlemen, Dragondark wins this race.
Wow.
With an official SRL time of 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 37 seconds.
Unbelievable. Dragondark does it again. He takes care of the Cinderella story late in the tournament, and he's going to be advancing to the semifinals, level 9, playing Great Equalizer yet again.
And Drakhatos is only a couple of rooms away. And you got to remember, Drakhatos was 4 Triforces ahead of Dragondark. Then Dragondark's comeback came through.
Yes, indeed. Indeed.
One room to the south from here, and pushes the bomb to the south. Then Drakhatos will find Zelda, or rather Ganon on that case. We'll save him, and we'll finish this with an official SRL time, 1 hour 9:34, as we welcome Dragondarch to the conversation.
Dragondarch, congratulations. You are moving on to the semifinals of the tournament. You won by 57 seconds. How are you feeling, my friend?
What was even that seed? Oh my god, I don't even know how to process what I just went through.
Dragondarch, I'm going to go ahead and tell you one thing. You were 4 Triforces behind Drakhatos about 20 minutes ago, and then the comeback was real.
I don't even. I don't even know what to think of that seed. It was just shapes, sword. I'm like, swordless, okay. I just practiced one a little while ago. All right, it's shapes, but it's not first quest overworld. I found a whole bunch of dungeons, got lucky, found the red candle, and then it's just started grabbing some Triforces, realized I'm ladder blocked and recorder blocked, so the hunt for items had to begin.
How did you feel when you walked into one of the staircases and found the silver arrows in there?
That felt pretty good. I'm like, okay, at least I don't have to search for those.
And then furthermore, finding the red ring in 2.
That I was really happy to see.
And we welcome Drakhatos into the conversation as well.
And Drakhatos, a good tournament for you, an excellent race here. 57 seconds. Dragondarch just ended up getting luckier. He found the path to Zelda, and it's just one of those things. Level 9 can do that to you. That's why we have the nickname that we've got for it. But you played a really, really good race. It just didn't work out for you. Go over the seed with us.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, level 9, sightseeing person as usual for me. Level 2 was a big hit into my face when I was happy that I don't need the recording because it was the last spot on the overworld which I needed to visit in case that level 2 wasn't on that island. And then, Big Dogger, thank you. I still need that stupid thing.
Now, both of you ended up being Dig Dogger blocked, and you actually found Recorder first, and you were in level 9 first as well. But again,
I want to point out one thing here, Laz, and I don't know if either person can pull up the streams as they're going right now. Take a look at that difference in level 9 between what we see in Dragondarch's end and Drakhatos' end. Drakhatos, you searched all of the south end, you found out where Ganon was, you found both boomerangs, and as far as Dragondarch was, this was straight to the north and go right and left. Was that your strategy all along for level 9 Dragondarch?
No, it was mostly just, there's some open doors, and I should probably try pushing on walls because I found out very late that it was second quest doors. But it was just follow whatever path they were going to give me, check a few staircases just so I can mark them properly, and hope I run into something good.
Dragondarch, you found the wooden boomerang in 9. What was going through your mind at that point?
That there wasn't really any purpose in searching for. I mean, I had everything I needed, so it was just.
Actually, I'm sorry. That question actually goes to Drakhatos. You found the wooden boomerang in 9. What was going through your mind at that point?
Screw that seed. Simply screw that. When I was in need out of silver arrows for Ganon, I would have been out of 9 quicker as I can think about it.
Yeah, you were gambling on the red ring, silver arrows confined to 9, weren't you?
I did. That's why I was in go mode after I found the ladder and bow then.
Okay, Dragondarch, you walk through a wall. It's your first walk through wall in level 9, and you find her in an oh shoot room. Your thoughts on that one?
As soon as I saw her, I'm just like, okay, there's a door to the south, so at least I know I can come in from that direction. But I was just in the room to the north. I need to check that first.
Please be able to bomb through.
Exactly.
And lo and behold, you were able to bomb through and make your way to rescue Zelda and end up taking this win here, advancing to the semifinals. Now your next opponent, Dragon Dark, is either going to be Crystal Saver or Amazing Ampharos.
Ow.
Give us your thoughts about your upcoming race remember also the new flags are going to be set up and it's going to be best 2 out of 3. So give us your thoughts on your upcoming match.
There's no way it's going to be easy. Saver and AA are extremely good randomizer players, and I know it's not going to be anywhere near an easy match. So I'm just going to have to be as ready as I can be for it.
None of these matches are going to be easy, but thankfully with the final 4, it's going to be best 2 out of 3. Drakhatos, you definitely made a lot of waves throughout this entire tournament. You marked yourself as the dark horse. Are you, I mean, it's sad to see you go, but are you happy with your performance during this tournament?
Of course, because no one expected me to get that far, even not me myself. I made some friends, I had a lot of fun, and I don't have to deal with even more options for the randomizer, so I'm happy.
Well, we've appreciated having you here representing Germany for us.
Thank you, and thanks for the entire tournament. It was fun as a viewer, as a player, and in general, all was fine.
All right, guys. Anything you want to add, Lars?
Oh, I think that covers all the bases. Congratulations to the both of you on a very tremendous race. I had called this, before the beginning of the race. I expected this to be a very close race between the two of you, given that both of you have had extremely tight races the last few times throughout the entire knockout stage, and you guys definitely did not disappoint. Great race, both of you, and good luck to both of you. And Dragon Dark, good luck to you on the semifinals, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you.
Well, the good thing is that Dragon Dark can go ahead, sit back, and watch tomorrow, and just analyze his upcoming opponent. As that race coming up tomorrow night, 8 p.m.
Yeah, that's right. We currently don't have a restream on that right now, so please make sure you are checking the Google Docs to find out when and where that race is going to be again. Yep, as you said, Rick, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central tomorrow night. Don't miss it.
It should be a lot of fun. This is the third of the 4 round of 8 matches. The other one being Crimson Avix versus F. Conklin. We'll have a time scheduled for that coming soon as well. All right, guys, I think it's time for us to get on out of here. Special thanks to JamEvil being the noise that goes to our headphones while we are commentating throughout this entire race. For Lost Cards fan, for Drakhatos, for Dragon Dark, and for the rest of the crew here. Thanks for joining us here for this edition of the Zelda 1 Randomizer and Lost Cards fan. Why don't you send us out of here?
All right, so LG Cards Fan 23 signing off. Have yourselves a great evening. We will see you tomorrow night for the Saver AA race. You don't want to miss it. Have a great night. Take care, friends.